Hellmaster EX. This award-winning system features the first single-engine joystick with digital electric steering and new autopilot capability. See Hellmaster EX in action at a Yamaha Outboard dealer or visit YamahaOutboards.com.
Hey, tune into this week's weekly video fishing forecast for exciting coverage on the Fluke bite around the island. Some late season baits to use also on our open boat episode. We also have coverage on the North Coast 415 HT, a look at a new truck shop in Lindenhurst 4x4 outfitter, and we also have events and reports as well.
The fishing news is sponsored by these fine partners.
Hey, today is September 12th, and we're at KR Off-Road in Lindenhurst. These guys, they're experts at rigging out your truck. If you like to fish off the beach, if you drive on the beach, these are the guys to see. As you can see, they have a really impressive rig here behind us. Adam Daly, he is with KR Off-Road. He's here to, Adam, how you doing, man? Impressive rig you got here.
Thank you.
I want to hear all about it. Let's do a little walkthrough, see what you got going on here.
So real quick, it's a 23 F-150. Everything's shown here, clamps right on, nothing's drilled in. I've been a surf fisherman for 30 years, so I needed something to outfit my truck so I could bring some stuff on and off the beach. So real quick, we've got our fridge in the back. It's great for those, snacks at the beach, lunch, dinner, whatever you're gonna have going on. I've got all my fishing tackle in here. Everything is secured down here with the T-Mat cargo system. This is a non-intrusive, non-drill system. Just stops everything from flying around in the back. My rinse kit, nice for after the beach. You kind of rinse everything down. You know how that salt water is with those lures and those fishing rods. So right here we've got our fishing rod holders, which go right on the top. So I can hold up to 4 on this current rig, but we sell them I do up to 8. Cargo bass is great for those coolers if you want to bring a cooler. I've got the awning on the truck, the ladder on the truck. Pretty much everything is set up to get easy in and out on the beach. So right here we have LED lights, which are not necessarily used on the beach, but when you go in that back area on Democrat Point, you're going to want to light up that trail up until the point you get on the beach. So having the LED lights is nice for those dark occasions on the beach. Right there you see we've got a roof rack as well with the light on bar on it. That's great, again for off-road lighting and whatnot. You can see the fishing rod holder and the shovel, things you kind of need on Democrat Point or Sore Thumb if you ever get stuck in the beach. We've also got traction boards on the roof, which is great if you get stuck in that soft sand. That'll help you get right out. On the back here, we've got our little stove set up here for those for camping on the beach and dinner. We've got the fridge in the back. We've got an onboard air compressor. So, at Democrat Point, you've got 3 air stations, but they get busy in the summer. That way I can air up wherever I am. Coming over here, we've got our nice awning. So when you're sitting out in the sun, you've got a nice shade so you don't get burned up by the sun. So this is all clamped on, as I said. It's all just clamps right on, no drilling, nice and easy to take off.
That's awesome, Adam. I think I'm going to have to borrow this rig for a little bit. But, hey, if you guys want to see this setup, everything on it, Adam and Kevin are going to be at the Fisherman show on September 26th. This rig is being right in front of the hotel. You can check it out for yourself. You can't miss it.
Save the date. Thursday, September 26th is the Fisherman Magazine's fishing show at the Hilton in Melville, Long Island. Doors open at 5 p.m. and the first 500 through the door get a bag full of fishing gear worth more than the $20 admission. Inshore, offshore, surf, we cover it all. Fishing seminars from the Sharpies. Great deals on tackle. A giant raffle. You don't want to miss out. Want to be an exhibitor? We still have a few tables available, but they're going fast. Contact the Fisherman at 631-345-5200 for more info. See you there.
So the latest digital issue of the Fisherman magazine, it is out now. We got some great articles in the lineup for you. Let's go over them. First up, we have Carry the K-Tail. That's an NOBN K-Tail. That's our surf column. Some guys, they're swearing by this soft plastic. Check this out if you're looking for a new one to add to your arsenal. Then we have Down and Fast albies. The albies are showing up. They're here right now. Check this one out if you're looking to fly fish for some false albacore in the near future. And we got a freshwater column for you this week as well. It's called Eye of the Tiger, not the Rockies series, but Eye of the Tiger, the Tiger Trout. Got to check that one out if you're looking to target some trout. And the inshore column, I put this one together myself. It's called Peanuts for Fluke. More to come with that one later in the broadcast. All right, we got a great open boat episode for you guys this week. Jenni Ackerman, she's going to talk about those 9th inning fluke baits, so those late season flatties. Jenni, what do you got for us?
All right, it's the bottom of the 9th inning here for the 2024 Fluke season, and I'm gonna give you guys some closeout season tips on who you should have in your starting lineup for bait options. Sometimes the artificials aren't working, especially towards the end of the season when the waters are getting a little bit colder, but that doesn't mean you can hang up the towel on the Fluke season. Finish the season strong with these bait options. Starting off with an absolute home run of a bait, we have the peanut bunker. Now, a lot of the local lagoons are getting stacked up with peanut bunker right now as they make their way out to the front for the fall run, as we have a mix of bait that will migrate out there. So you can get peanut bunker by cast netting, either behind the bays or back in people's lagoons, or if your local tackle shop sells them, you're a lucky duck. So definitely grab some peanut bunker if and when you can, and that's a good option for doormat fluke towards the end of the season. Next up, we have a little bit of a curveball here that's gonna hit a home run, is the mullet, striped mullet specifically. Going back to the fluke bite on mullet, they are an excellent bait, and like I said, you can get them cast netting out front, or you can get them from your local tackle shops and use them. You can either use them whole or you can strip them. And late season fluke absolutely crush the mullet. Like Aaron Judge hitting a home run, these are an excellent bait option for you. And last but not least is one of my favorite baits to be caught, the good old spot or the Lafayette. This is definitely a base stealing bait. Now, the spot can be caught on a sabiki rig with a little Fish Bites bloodworm imitator, and you can triple up, you can double up, whatever. I like to cut my sabiki rig so I don't have to deal with that many hooks, but you can double up on spot and just have fun catching the spot on its own. But a lot of times in the late season when you're filleting a doormat fluke and you cut open its belly, you'll see spot in there. So take note, definitely give yourself a little pitch count before the season ends, so because you still have time to go out there and wipe your feet on a doormat. Now, I hope you guys have an excellent closeout to the 2024 Fluke season. Definitely make it count. I know it hasn't been the best, but what's a finicky fluke bite without all the factors that go into it? So you gotta work hard, put your time in, make these last couple of weeks count, and wipe your feet on some doormats. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys on next week's Open Boat.
The Tow Bay Boat Show is back October 4th through the 6th. Long Island boat dealers will be there with big savings on existing inventory and 2024 models. From fishing boats to personal watercraft, this show has it all. Free parking and fun for the whole family. Visit NewYorkBoatShows.com.
So to follow up with the recent column, Peanuts for Fluke, I went out yesterday and did some fluke fishing myself. I used peanut bunker. Got to see what we caught, some real exciting footage. Check this one out. All right, so one of the keys to getting these late season fluke is getting some live bait. The live bait that's around right now is peanut bunker. I'm gonna give the cast net a toss, see if we can get some for bait for the day's fishing. Well, let's sink down to the bottom. We're in a fairly shallow creek over here. All right. There we go. That's what we're looking for. All right, we got our homemade aerator going over here. We're gonna put these right in, already pumping. This should keep them alive for the day. All right, get in there. All right, we got our bait in the well. Let's go fishing for the day. So I found for this light tackle in the bay, live peanut bunker kind of fishing, a 7-foot medium action rod works best. Have a little Van Staal VR50 on here, some 10-pound test braid. We don't need much at all. The rig itself, it's a 3/0 Gamakatsu hook. You don't want to go too big on the hook. You want to keep the baits alive, keep them swimming freely. A smaller hook will help with that. So it's a 3/0 Octopus Gamakatsu. We got about a 3-foot leader here. And at the end of it is a little 1/2 ounce egg sinker. Let's go let the bait swim a little more freely, get down to the bottom, you can feel your bites a little better. That's pretty much it. Very straightforward, very simple. All right, so we got a lot of baits in the cooler here. They stay nice and lively. We'll grab a little nice one right here. Oh, there you got back. All right, perfect little bait right there. So where I like to hook them is right through the nostril. I found if you hook them through the mouth, it kind of kills them after a while. Right through like that, and that's it. You're good to go. All right, so we don't have much current right now. We don't have much wind to push us around for fluking. Of course, as you know, you do need both of those or one of the other for fluking. So what I'm doing is I'm creating an artificial drift, keeping it under about 1 mile an hour between 3/4 and 1. Popping the boat in and out of gear, just moving along the bottom up to a channel up ahead, and working my baits at the same time. Hopefully we can catch a fluke doing it this way. And I think I might have one right now. Oh. It's sticky. That's a little sticky. There you go. So another great rig for this time of the year is a high-low gulp rig. I like to color it pink sometimes. All it is a bucktail on the bottom and a teaser hook up top. We're gonna take a couple gulps, we're gonna put them on the bucktail and one on a teaser hook. We're gonna bounce that around too. I'm on about 7 feet of water right now. I'm just rapid jigging this bucktail along the bottom. Again, if they don't take the peanut bunker, maybe they want something a little different. Hopefully we can get them on a gulp grub as well, on a bucktail. There we go. Got a nice fluke. Oh. Can't get them all. There we go, he came right back to it. It's that typical fluke head shake right there. We're gonna make our way over nice and smooth. Keep them tight, over till we get the net ready. All right. Alrighty, there we go. That's a better fish. On the live bait. Oh. There we go. Nice fish. All right, it's a beautiful late season fluke right there. And it's actually a keeper. It's actually a keeper, really nice fish right there. And we did not get on the gulp. We got the bigger fish on the live bait because these big fish, they're eating those bigger live peanut bunker. It just shows that those are the baits that you should be using this time of the year for these beautiful South Shore fluke. There we go. I think he's swimming with it. Oh, that's a monster right there. Oh. Oh, he's got some life in him. Come on. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what it's all about. So there you have it. That's some late season fluking for you. Live baits equal big fall fish. Go have at it. We just added a new video on our YouTube page that you may want to check out. This video features tuna jigging south of Block Island on the north coast, 415 HT. Not only great fishing action, but you get to view this beast of a fishing machine powered by quad Yamahas. Click on the card in the top right or check out the link in this video's description. And next up, the latest updates with the Dreamboat Challenge and Coastal Kayak Clash.
And now the Dreamboat Fishing Challenge entries for the week, with only one entry in from New England subscriber John Moria from Hudson, Massachusetts, with a porgy weighing in at 2.8 pounds at Red Top Sporting Goods, placing him second in the Scup division. The standings once again took a point dip for second and third. Scott Waterman with 17 points, Brian Zembreski with 12 points, Anthony Savino with 10 points. The full run is on, so fish hard. There's plenty of time to enter your fish to win a Steigercraft powered by Yamaha and many other great prizes, but you must be a Fisherman subscriber to enter.
All right, now we have some upcoming events. Let's go through them. First up is the Newport International Boat Show. That's from September 12th through September 15th. Then on September 14th is the Women's Fishing Expo at Connecticut State Park. And September 26th, you want to mark this one down in your calendars for sure. It's the Fisherman Surf, Inshore, and Offshore Fishing Show. It's a great event. We're going to have a lot of seminars, a lot of speakers going on there, a lot of booths. Got to check that one out. Then on the September 27th through the 29th is the Fred Galafaro Memorial Montauk Surf Fishing Classic. For all the details on these events and more, visit thefisherman.com/events.
For nearly 90 years, the Viking fleet from Montauk has been putting anglers on the fish. Whether you jump on a half-day trip, fish the deep for an overnight adventure targeting big game, a day trip to Block, or a sunset cruise, their experienced captains and crew have you covered. VikingFleet.com.
All right, let's go around the map. I'll give you some local reports about what I've been hearing. All right, first up, we have Raphael. He sent us this nice picture of a cod he caught on Rockaway Reef on light tackle while fishing with Captain Joey Leggio. He used clam bellies to catch his fish, and they had some black sea bass as well. Then Brendan, he got me this photo. It's his first and biggest bluefish of the day just before school started. Great way to start the school year. Nice job, Brendan. The fish was caught right outside of Port Jefferson Inlet. Then we had the first shore-based bonito caught on an epoxy jig for Gary Hung out of Shinnecock Inlet. These fish are delicious. You got to catch some of them. 5.9-pound fluke. Owen Carr, he always checks in. He said he caught this one at the Meadowbrook Bridge. Regular video forecast watcher Eddie, he fished 20 miles south of Montauk for some awesome bluefin tuna action. He picked this up on a UVT jig. Nice job, Eddie. Then Aiden Noble, he got to me. He said his last trip, this is what he had to say about it. Lights out sea bass bite. I got in on the Fire Island Reef area yesterday. Despite the 6-foot seas and loads of shorts, the whole boat, including myself, managed a limit of sea bass along with plenty of jumbo porgies, bonito, and a ling to go around. I ended up landing the pool winner at 20 inches and 3.2 pounds on the first drop. Secured the money right away. Fresh peanuts got the job done. Then Jeff Rocco, he checked in. He always checks in with me. He said, I went out on the charter Anna Marie fishing out of Hampton Bays with his friend Joey, and he killed it. They had 4 shorts. Joey had 2 keepers and around a dozen others that were close. That's some great fishing. Then Jackie Mendick and Chris Catalano, they caught these 2 matching twin bass in the Long Island Sound by buoy 13B on diamond jigs. They said it was a beautiful day out there. The bunker schools were everywhere and the bass were all over. It was incredible. We caught a handful of fish, but we doubled up and caught matching sized bass. Got this quick picture and the fish were safely released. The 5-year-old Grimes twins, Silius and Tucker, they caught their first ever bluefin. Nice job, guys, on the east end of the island. Impressive first bluefin ever. Then 15-year-old Jacob, He followed with another bluefin tuna, but he lives in Mount Sinai, but he went out to the east end of the island, fished out of Hampton Bays area. Again, Jacob, great job on that bluefin tuna. That bluefin tuna bite is super hot right now. I think everybody should get in on it. If you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I'll try and get into magazine or the weekly video fishing forecast.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
Meteorologist Rich Von Ohlen, his weather and fishing report is brought to you by Premium Bucktails. Rich.
Hey, thanks, Matt. We'll check that weekend forecast. You can always check your favorite apps, weather tools, weather sites, whatever you got. This is a general heads-up, general overview on the upcoming weekend. So I've been kind of bay hopping the past couple of weeks here, catching a variety of species, some pretty decent porgies in the back bay on the clams and some of the soft baits, and been also catching a lot of those small sea bass on the gulps. You may want to switch up to the strips if you're trying to catch some fluke in the back bays. I kind of rip them apart, so just be aware of that. And you may even catch maybe an exotic species. I got a pigfish in the back bay this past week, small, 6 inches. You can see it looked like a porgy, but it had the stripes on it, the pointed snout, and kind of a cool-looking eye there. And I got to return this, but you never know what you're going to catch this time of year in September across Long Island. So a lot of fun though in the back bay. Put a chum pot down, use some clams, and pick your spots. And you probably have some decent action for the kids. It's a good time to go and check things out. Water temps about 70 now. It's starting to come down a little bit in the back bay. It's going to be a great weekend to go in the ocean offshore Friday and Saturday. If you got a canyon trip planned, a Montauk trip planned, party boats, maybe in the ocean doing some sea bass fishing, it's going to be terrific Friday and Saturday. Early Sunday's okay. Midday afternoon, though, map's starting to show a little bit of an easterly wind coming in. May start to kick up to 10 to 15, gust to 20 knots late. Saturday's great. Again, money to go in the ocean looks terrific, but watch out Sunday. Might want to get back to port by early afternoon as things start to kick up. So Saturday's good, 1 to 2, 2 to 4 in the ocean. Sound looks terrific. Peconic Bay, Great South Bay, everything's good. Sunday, though, again, that easterly wind forecast to kick up afternoon time. Watch for that. 70s near 80 on Saturdays. Sunday, 70s, a little cooler with the east wind coming in. One of my go-to apps, the Wind Guru. And you can see Friday and Saturday, the winds there up top in the boxes. A lot of white, hardly anything. Looks great. But then Sunday, some colors show up, a little easterly with the arrows coming in, and that often signals maybe not so great ocean midday afternoon, so watch for that. But we'll give 2 green lights to Friday and Saturday, absolutely great. Just watch Sunday midday afternoon, some of the winds start to kick up with the ocean with that east wind coming in. But overall, it's a pretty good looking weekend, a lot of fish out there, great September weather, catch them up, get out if you can, and be safe as always. Matt, back to you.
Now let's check in with Captain Timothy O'Rourke from Montauk. Tim.
Well, good morning, everybody. Greetings from Montauk. We're heading out the inlet. I have Bill Belfi and Jim Pungello on the boat. And we're going to go try to get some albies and some bonita and some bass. As far as the report goes in Montauk, the tuna fishing inshore is still good. Fish are starting to get a little bit bigger. There's plenty of striped bass. We're waiting on the false albacore. They're a little bit offshore and they just haven't moved inshore yet. But there's plenty of bonita, plenty of bluefish, and plenty of striped bass. So enjoy the weekend. The weather's going to be great, and I'll let it go back to you, Matt. Thank you.
From Sag Harbor, Will and Andy.
Thanks, Matt. Report this week out of Sag Harbor. In terms of stripers, bluefish starting to get better and better as we get more into the fall run. So that's obviously very exciting, and obviously starting to see some more action on topwater and surface poppers, which is always kind of our favorite thing to do. Inshore tuna, there continue to be strong reports of tuna out east, south of Block, south of Montauk, and honestly getting pretty close to shore, so in range of a lot of boats. As well, now that it's fall is here, we are getting more and more reports of false albies ranging everywhere from Shinnecock to out east by Montauk. So those are going to be a ton of fun to catch on the speedsters this fall.
Thanks, Will and Matt. So report this week also out of Sag Harbor. On top of what Will said with the bluefish and striped bass bite, porgy and sea bass bites also been picking up a little bit, as well as the cod are coming back, guys, which is exciting as well as the water starts to slowly cool off a little bit. And the fluking has also finally begun to slightly improve a little bit. It did honestly get a little slow in kind of the dog days of summer, but it has been improving, especially as we approach the tail end of fluke season. So hopefully, guys, you get out there, get on some good fish, and we'll talk to you next week. Back to you, Matt.
From Shinnecock, we're going to check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. I'm filming this on Wednesday night, 9/11. I just want to extend my thoughts and prayers
to so many people in the area that lost, family, loved ones, friends on that awful day. And, as tough as those memories are, it's really an inspiration to see how many people have honored the legacy of those that were lost and found the strength to move on. So just wanted to say that. On the fishing front, I've seen a lot more bunker lately in the ocean than we had been seeing. And this morning, a buddy of mine was walking his dog, saw some blowups, thought it was bass, made a run out there late afternoon, and turns out it was not bass, it was brown sharks. We doubled up on brown sharks while snagging bunker to bring in, and thought we'd be putting them back out for stripers, but that didn't happen. Saw some birds working, and it turned out just to be cocktail blues. So we ended up taking the bunker that we had, went into the inlet, caught a couple of really nice gorilla-sized blues, but kind of lost a lot of tackle, called it a day. So final count, I caught a brown shark, I caught a shearwater bird, and I caught a couple of bluefish. So not too bad of an afternoon. That tuna bite is back. Wyatt from Haskell's and a couple of other buddies were out there today and got this beauty of a bluefin. So very encouraging to see that. Hopefully some people will be able to get out. I know we have some east wind, but it seems like it's going to be pretty flat. We had an east wind today when we were out. It wasn't that bad at all. So still kind of that same area. I think it seems to be like 15 to 25 miles out versus going all the way to the canyon. Fluke fishing remains pretty solid. A lot of nice fish both in the ocean and in the back bays. A number of people getting some doormats, not catching a lot of fish, but when they catch them, they count. So very excited for this fall run. I know that most of the 4x4 access in between Shinnecock and Rich is now open. So I've been driving the beach a little bit, seeing a lot of other people. Bass just aren't there yet, but I think this harvest moon is going to do some crazy stuff to kick off the fall run. So looking forward to it. Let us know how you do this weekend and get out there and catch them up. Back to you, Matt.
From Northport, the Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle Report.
Fall is in the mix because we've got some amazing cool mornings and super hot afternoons. And the wind's been shifting northeast, northwest, depending on the day. Sometimes we get this beautiful days. We got a beautiful southwest wind laying down all the water. But the jig bite is fantastic. If you're on the surf, you're one of these people who likes to jump on your bike or do a kayak. North Shore's got so many nooks and crannies here that depending on wherever the wind is shifting, it's always shifting in the fall. There's fantastic fishing possibilities, It's just great. And that's why I love the North Shore so much. So many nooks and crannies. You just got to work on your access, your parking spots and develop networks. But there's many spots that you can in the public. Just get out and enjoy yourself. Blackfish should be coming into the shore soon. So that means we're looking up here, October 1st is when blackfish season starts. They're going to be on the beach. They come into like 3-4 feet of water. It's the most insane fishing you ever do. If you're from the beach, highly encourage it. With so many rocky areas on the North Shore, it makes it a lot of fun. And then if you got your boat, of course, where you're going to go. Sea bassing's tight right now, but it's happening. We got the sea bass going to start migrating soon, so you get an opportunity to get larger ones. We still have fluke. Very sparse fluke right now. Not many people are targeting them. You'll catch small ones along the dock when you're snapper fishing or porgy fishing. They're all hanging out because we've got a lot of bay anchovies in the water. Bonita showed up. They're hitting around. They're very, Bonita always happen at this time. They usually come before the false albacore. So we're going to look to the east, look for another blow many times as soon as for us here in the Huntington, Northport area, we're going to be looking down by Mount Sinai and listening to Orient Point, because as soon as those albies show up, they usually make their way down the sound pretty quick. And that's another same experience. Absolutely one of my favorite fish to catch. But there's so much to do out right now. I would encourage you to get out while we have this beautiful weather. Really enjoy yourself, create memories, and kind of maybe relax your mind from all this crazy politicking that's going on right now. Big stuff going on. So I encourage you all to just go out, enjoy yourself, enjoy fishing, create those memories, and come on and visit the shops we got here in Halesite and Huntington, and here in Northport. It's just a lot. It's so wonderful to meet all these people and keep the positive vibes happening, because it makes every day so much fun. Till next week, I bid you all peace and tight lines.
From the Fire Island area in Great South Bay, Captain Al Lorenzetti.
Hey Matt, Fire Island report. Things are really looking good. Looks like a beautiful weather weekend coming up. And a good weakfish bite, good fluke bite, a lot of peanut bunker around in the bay. Snappers all over the docks. Crabbing's excellent. Blowfish just out of this crazy world. You can catch 100 of them. Bottom fishing excellent. Some big trigger fish around. So fishing is now excellent. The weather looks great. So it looks like a great weekend for Fire Island fishing. And get out there and enjoy it. And I'll talk to you next week, Matt.
With our fly, freshwater, and saltwater report, Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Hello, Matt. Well, it's been a beautiful week so far. It's incredible. We had like days in the 70s, which really helped out as far as the trout streams. And we did get a little rain upstate, so that was good. I'm out actually doing two things that I really like. One, of course, is fly fishing. The other one is paddling. So I'm fishing out of my kayak. And I tell you, yeah, I get out. As soon as I get out, the wind kicked up. But I was able to manage to land a few fluke on a fly rod. And it was just a nice day to get out. I did see some fish breaking. I think they were a little bonita, the way they were acting. But by the time I got to them, they were already gone. As far as upstate, well, the Loyal Fly Rodders had their outing this past weekend on the Beaver Kill, and the water was low, but there was you were able to catch some fish because the temperature of the river went down. They had cold nights, and it helps out a lot. This is the fall, but if you want, go to the Delaware, which Rich and Peter did, and they did really good. They said they had over 12 fish. It was crazy fishing, nymphs and dries, but it rained all day on them. So that's your options right there. And plus the Farmington is also fishing very well. The ponds, I've been trying to get out to the ponds, but I'm actually getting ready to pack it up. I'm going to Montana next week, so my report will be coming from Montana. So I haven't had the time, but I really like the pond fishing in my kayak, which I really enjoy doing. So I'll send you updates from Montana, and to next week. Tie lines, everybody.
From Huntington, Captain Gaige.
Thanks, Matt. What's up, everybody? Captain Gaige here reporting to you from Huntington Harbor, where I fish 7 days a week for SandCityCharter.com. Check out the website, guys. Keep those friend requests coming. Let's build up that YouTube channel. It's working. And we are going to drop the premiere trailer video for Bay Rats and Buoys, the podcast, this Friday. So this report comes out on Thursday, and the following day in all the Facebook groups, I am going to share the premiere to Bay Rats and Buoys. Let me know what you think. If you're into fishing, boating, both, or anything to do with being on the water, I think you're going to like the premiere. Check it out. This week, fishing was lights out. I want to say top 3 trips out of all season on Friday. Within a 2-hour period, we had well over 20 bass on the boat, and we could have limited out in the first 30 minutes. I mean, the first drop, we were on fish, and it was nonstop since that. We were doubled up. You'll see here at the end of the video, Jackie, and Chris were tripled up on really nice sized bass. You're going to see them on the deck. Everything was released. It was catch and release. Jackie had a big bluefish over the starboard side, and I had to leave that fish on to go attend to a 35-inch bass that we had to get off the hook and let it go fast. So a lot of times we don't even take them out of the water, guys. But a lot of times it's easier to unhook them and get them off safely and right back into the water. So that's important for us. So fishing was great on Friday. They're still here. The birds are working, and we're going to say it's a great time of the year to get out. It is still summer. It is officially not the fall run yet, so it is still summer. And if you guys are looking to get out and catch bass and blues, let us know. We'll be happy to get you out there. The morning bite, the evening bite, and we'll schedule a trip for the right tide. Let us know what you're thinking, and we'll be happy to get you out there. In the meantime, check out sandcitycharter.com and look for the Bay Rats and Buoys podcast. Look for that trailer coming out. It premieres this Friday on YouTube, and it's going to be all over Facebook, so let me know what you think. Wishing everybody bent rods, tight lines, and I'll see you out on the water. Back to you, Matt.
From the Western Sound area, we have Nuno Decosta from Tyalure Tackle up in Rye.
Hey guys, thanks for having us. Western Long Island Sound. Absolutely, definitely an uptick on the striped bass and bluefish. If guys are willing to venture places like Huntington, Eaton's Neck, definitely good reports coming at it there. On the western end, some more fish popping up around Manhasset. And if you're willing to go down the East River, that's been pretty consistent with the striped bass and bluefish. Lots of peanut bunker and mid-sized bunker around, so that's a good sign of things to come. We are in the start of this fall run. I mean, the weather has cooled off quite a bit early. As far as the porgy goes, it's still decent. We should see a good remainder, 1 or 2 weeks of fluke fishing as they migrate out. The occasional snapper, the baby bluefish is around also. That should be tapering off soon too. Probably have a couple of weeks left depending on the weather. Offshore, the bluefin south of Montauk, still red hot. Lots of medium-sized class fish in there, 150 to 200-pound fish. Lots of brutes in there, so get your heavy tackle, tie your good knots and everything else. Offshore, we hear the canyons blew up on the chunk bite. The yellowfin have been chopping at the bit. The catches have been pretty good, fast and furious. It's time to get out there, guys. It should only improve as time goes on for the next few weeks. Enjoy the fall coming up.
Raul Ortiz, the urban angler, has a report for us.
Fishing continues to be good around the city with schoolie striped bass all the way up to about 15 pounds. The same goes for the western and eastern parts of the Long Island Sound. If you fish the low eastern part of the Long Island Sound, obviously you have better fishing and bigger fish. On the South Shore beaches of Long Island, you still have a variety of fish being caught, and the same goes for the Great South Bay. I've been fishing the Great South Bay in different spots, and I've been catching fluke, snappers, cocktail blues, your occasional schoolie striper, and weakfish. Besides that, that's all I got. I don't have many pictures, but I can tell you is that as it gets colder, the fishing is going to get better, guys. So get out there. I want to give a big, quick shout out to John, Raul, and Justin for sharing their photos with me. Keep it up, guys. Besides that, that's all I got. Tight lines to you all, and I wish you all a good and great fall run. Back to you, Matt.
If you would like to be a part of our weekly video fishing forecast, we're looking for captains, tackle shops, or just avid anglers. So reach out to my producer, tcslibayrat@gmail.com. Don't forget, this video is available as a podcast on iTunes and Google Music. Search for the Fisherman Magazine podcast and subscribe so you can listen to this broadcast along with our other content. Hey, fall fishing is upon us. As you can tell, fishing has been great. There's bait all in the bays and the fish are all over them. Get out there, have some fun, and we'll see you next week.